This is our last game that night against gold 2 players. It lasted a bit longer than usual. So the Malians, the enemy Malians is here. Enemy Ottomans is here. Anthony as a Chinese is here. And I'm on the east side. This time I remembered to bring enough sheep for me to go to the second age. And as I scouted his base, I saw the stable, so I went straight for a barracks and a few donzos to defend. And you can see they're here, but I have a few donzos at the important spots, so I'm safe. They're coming back as I'm building these mines. Luckily I had the donzo, so my villager comes out safely. And I sent 2 more. And that's enough to make them leave. At the same time I have donzos here, trying to raid, but it's kinda hard. And of course, since they're heavily outnumbered by donzos, they get killed by the warrior scouts. Yeah, I was pretty impressed by how strong these warrior scouts are. I mean, their HP is okay, but their attack is pretty good for a unit that costs only food. At this point, I have my second town center, and I'm making more donzos, but they're pretty good with reacting to my donzos, so they managed to keep their army intact. Okay, Anthony is raiding the gold. That's really good. Too bad he didn't stick around. What else could he have done? I mean, as long as he stays around, the enemy Ottoman cannot mine gold, which is already pretty good. So in order to stop the raids, look at that. 3 sofas versus all these warrior scouts, and they still die. But it's also because they have 4 archers doing some extra damage. So it takes me a while to repel those, and then this is the turning point of the game, I think. Seven Sipahis. Huge raid on the gold. So it's good that Anthony had some spears, they just didn't have enough. Oh, actually, this is not the turning point. He lost 2 villagers. I really wanted to find the villagers, but it was hard to find. The Malian villagers. Somehow their base was pretty compact. And I really had a hard time to deal with those warrior scouts. They keep running around. Archers. Yeah. Maybe I could have gone for mass sofa and run into their base, because then they're forced to fight. Whereas here they have the ability to just avoid any fight they do not want to take. And then it's easy, I lose all my donzos. Pretty bad fight for me. Anthony has not enough food, and he's also not making villagers. Okay, he queued 4 of them now, that's good. Oh no, that's me, sorry. Frederick. Yeah, queued a few villagers too, that's good. Now they're here. Yeah, against the archers at this point, I really just need help. Either sofas or javelin throwers. Both of them would deal pretty good against both of these units. Okay, this is the turning point of the game. Look at how many dead villagers there are. That's 18 villagers. 18 bodies. So after this, yeah, it's over. I mean, we're in a very bad spot. And the Malians are in my base. And I'm starting to expand out because I'm out of food. I'm making cows to produce more passive food. And now they're chasing the enemy Sipahi, but I mean, Altony is never gonna catch up with him. Attacking my villagers. So yeah, I'm not very comfortable behind my palisades. I'm only now oh no, these are still Donzos, okay. They're coming back for more. This time Otoni was ready. This is a pretty okay fight actually, because he has +1 melee armor, +1 ranged attack. It's not too bad trading his army against the enemies. Now I'm still being raided and attacked. Tried to make a castle. Tried to make a castle, but he has too many archers, so I cancel it right away. Well, I lose a bunch of villagers trying to make the palisade again. But at least it gives me some time to gather a small army. What's going on here? The Ottoman has a new army. Second town center. They're expanding. The enemy Malian is expanding too. I made a castle to kind of take over that pit mine. And also to protect all that all these production buildings. His archers are still wreaking havoc behind my base. Luckily they have They can't do much against buildings. But yeah, at this point I have a bunch of production, so I'm doing what I can. Against Lancers, I really want the Gonzos. My villagers kill that ram. They also kill that trebuchet. And back to repairing the castle. That's pretty good. On this side, Anthony is also getting Trebs down. He doesn't have enough. Okay, he's out of food. Yeah, that's the problem. No food and not enough villagers. He needs to convert these to farmers. And I'm also getting run over. My castle is now destroyed. But I'm kind of surviving. And the enemy Ottoman is now sending his cavalry to my side. He has 2 trebuchets, but I managed to take that down. It's kind of doing... Oh, I mean, on my side is... I'm struggling, but it's not too bad. Oh, Frederick has now spent a lot of his wood. This is good. This is really good. Had he done that maybe 5 minutes earlier, or maybe 10 minutes earlier, that would have helped him produce more army and resist a bit longer. Yeah, miners everywhere, but I was too focused on the fight here to do anything about it. It really felt like if I was down just 1 or 2 units, they would overrun me. It might have been the case, I don't know. I really should try to do more raids even while under pressure. Ottoman is amassing here. Anthony is making some units, but he's really limited by his resources at this point, which is a very good thing. Had he not lost 20 villagers earlier, it could have been a different fight. Now the enemy has mostly archers. I'm making archers too, and javelin throwers. Also warrior scouts, but they're not really upgraded, so that can't do much. At this point I'm so low on everything, as you can see, that I'm just spamming whatever I can. I'm not... yeah. Yeah, Donzos are never gonna work against his archers. Warrior scout. Yeah, I'm just making meat. And starting to make archers and sofas. So this is pretty good. More archers. Killing my villagers. Now this is the last push against Anthony. Oh, what's going on? So Anthony still has a lot of resources. What he wants to do is not rally here, but rally to the back of his base. Otherwise, as soon as they get out, they get killed. So, because it takes time for them to take down those buildings, he could have had the time to produce a tiny army here and possibly repel them. He also stopped making villagers. Yeah, he's got resources, but he surrendered. And because he surrendered, all these units are now converging to my base. And that also kind of turned the tide of the battle here, because I was starting to win. If you look here, I'm making that castle again. I have enough for 2 more castles. My army is getting bigger. Definitely bigger than the enemy Malian. So had this army been delayed maybe 5 more minutes, it could have been enough for me to kill all these villagers. I have a sofa doing some work here. I also made a castle and some barracks. So were my units not killed by these Ottoman players, these ones could be over here defending the castle and kind of freezing all those production buildings. So yeah, I'm streaming all my units to help defend. But they have 2 trebuchets. And I don't have anything to send to burn them down. And now it's down. Also, this castle was pretty good, but then since they already have 2 trebuchets in place, it gets taken down pretty fast. See, all these barracks are producing full time. But my rally points are a bit weird. So as they walk here, they get killed by the enemy Janissary. Okay, I sent my villagers to burn them down. A bit too late. Maybe my castles could have lived a tiny bit longer. And then I sent them to burn these down. But I decided last second not to. I could have committed to it since this cavalry stopped chasing me. Oh well. And but this gave me time to regroup and amass a few more army. I'm not sure why they're sending all these villagers here. Maybe they were trying to make a castle or something. But yeah, 2 versus 1 at this point. It's plus one of them is H4. This is kind of the end. You can look at my food and my wood. I'm spending everything. And I'm on 95 villagers. I have farms here. I have cows giving me passive food, more farms. Bunch of... Oh, those farms are not manned. Getting wood. Trying a castle, but that's not enough villagers. They have too many archers. There's no way this goes up. Against this army, what could I do? Not sure what I can do. Yeah, I'm switching to Musafadi Warrior, but whatever. Difficult game. We can look at the statistics. Total unit count. Yeah, they were leading the whole time. Villager count is where it gets interesting. They produce villagers, but not that many. They stopped at around 55, 60, and the other player stopped at around 50 villagers. That's really low. I'm I'm at over 100. And then Altony got raided here. Those were the two gold miners, I think, and this is the lumberjacks. And then he produced some more, but not enough. Military count, wild swings. At this point I was just losing everything I was producing, so couldn't really do much. If you look at society, yeah, I had basically those two combined is about 110. I had the same amount of villagers as those two combined. And then I accumulated 43,000 food, and that's more than both of them combined. For the food, I have, for the wood, I have about as much as them combined, and a bunch of gold, of stone. Those were really nice. That was really useful to build those castles. And the only thing I was really missing was gold, because I couldn't get out of my base, so I couldn't put those pit mines down. So it definitely feels like we could have won this game had we played it a little bit better.